As of today, the Whoop 4.0 is no longer on my wrist because it's not working at all. Hi everyone, I'm Jaden Fedok, and today I'm talking about some of the disappointments that I've had with the new Whoop 4.0. So I'm sure you may have seen that I posted in the community tab that I would be reviewing the Whoop after my first week. I got it back in October, and now that it's December, you may know that I've had it for about 2 months. I didn't post my video because as soon as I started to test and started to see some of the things that worked and didn't work, and then I was going to do a 4-week video, but at that point I started to notice some quality issues with the strap, and so I decided to wait a little bit longer, and here we are 2 months later. Now I'm finally doing my review. So there are a ton of things that I want to talk about here. I have an unboxing that I want to show. I have a setup video that I want to show, but we may do this in a slightly different style because I just kind of want to talk about the things that are frustrating me, because as of today, the Whoop 4.0 is no longer on my wrist because it's not working at all. It doesn't light up, doesn't charge, battery pack doesn't work, nothing works. So as of last night, this is basically useless to me. So I'm probably going to skew this video to that because of the frustrations that I've had with it not actually working. But let's go through these things step by step and we'll figure it out. Okay, so if you've ever been in a good news, bad news situation, I'm not sure what you chose, but in this case, we're gonna go with the good news first and then talk about the bad news. So let's go ahead and watch the unboxing of the actual Whoop 4.0 that I did back when I got it in October. Okay, so we got the Whoop 4.0 Unlock Yourself Cool Box. They did that with the 3 as well. They also have this new program called Upcycle where you can get a month for free if you give your 3.0 to someone who may want it or may want to try Whoop, and they can instantly start using the app and the old Whoop 3.0. So kind of a cool thing that they're doing. I think it's a good initiative that obviously helps them and gets the Whoop out more. And since so many people are waiting for so long to get their Whoop straps in the mail, maybe this is a good way for some people to participate in that early. So this is the HFC strap that they gave out. It's because if you've been using your Whoop 3.0 for any time at all, it's probably disgusting. So in order to share it with someone else, you're probably going to want to change out the strap. So that was a nice gesture. Okay, so we're finally opening the Whoop 4.0 box, and I'm apparently terrible at unboxing. I couldn't get the thing to pull off all the way with 2 tries. So anyway, so getting it out of the box, it's actually, pretty slick. The actual 4.0 is so much smaller than the 3. It's just about the same in width, but it's significantly more streamlined. I think I compare it so here we go. You can see the difference between the new 4 and the 3. I mean, some color differences as well. I guess that 3.0 is well worn, but the Whoop 4 is much, much smaller, and I think it fits so much better on the wrist, and it's just more streamlined. I really like how the sides look compared to the sides with the little electric connections for the battery case on the 3.0. I think they look significantly better, so that's a big plus for the 4. So there we have it. We have everything unboxed for the new Whoop 4.0 strap. So I ordered my Whoop back when they announced it in early September and didn't end up getting it till mid-October. So it did take me 6 weeks. The frustration in that process though was that it said 3 to 4 weeks when I first ordered it. I was really excited about that. 3 weeks is kind of a long time to wait for some new piece of technology that you've purchased and are waiting for. So it was what it was, but after 3 to 4 weeks, that kept extending, and I felt like every week I would go into the app and it would say, okay, well, now 3 to 4 weeks from now, and then it was 5 to 7, and then it was 7 to 9, and then it went down to 3 to 4. It was all over the place. So their order management system was honestly terrible. I know quite a few people who still have not received their Whoop 4.0 after having purchased it back in September, and those dates and those estimates for their orders are all over the place. Whoop has come out recently and said that they fixed a few things in that order management process and that everything should be more streamlined now, but I mean that they haven't released a new band in a really, really long time. And I think coming out with this announcement and doing all this fanfare and making it all exciting, I think they needed to be significantly more prepared for what they were going to get as far as orders, and I really think they messed that up. Okay, so now we are in the bad news section of the video. So these are my complaints and my frustrations with the new Whoop 4.0. So first and foremost of that is it just completely died yesterday, and it will not charge, it will not connect, nothing works. So I've been through the forums, I've tried resetting it and deleting a lot of the stuff you can't actually do unless it connects via Bluetooth, because your phone is able to do the reset and you can do, clear all the data and all that stuff. You can't do that if you can't connect the actual band to the app. So I've reached out to their service department. I haven't heard back yet, but I'm making this video anyway, so I guess I'll let you know in the community tab. I'll make a post if they ever do respond and help me to fix it. But for now, the unit itself being completely dead, that is not useful to me, and it's a little bit frustrating that it would just, die completely. But I don't want to talk too much about just that. I do want to get into some of the more specifics about my experience with the Whoop 4.0 and what I think about it. So the new device has included a skin temperature sensor as well as a blood oxygen sensor. And this was really cool because these are some features that we're starting to see in the new Apple Watches, and it was really exciting to get that into the Whoop. The unfortunate thing, though, that I may just have not understood initially from the announcement was that both of those features are not on-demand metrics. You can't get that information whenever you want it. You just get a digest or a summary of what it looked like the previous night. So if you're wondering in a specific aerobic activity, or you want to know what your skin temperature is like, or your blood oxygen is like, you're not going to be able to know that. You only get that information for your recovery. So you can just go in during the day and see what your blood oxygen and skin temperature were like the night previous. So this does hopefully make your data a little bit more accurate as far as understanding your recovery and getting accurate recovery scores. The negative of that is that you don't get to see that information when you really want it, similar to like an Apple Watch, where with the newer versions, you can go straight in and say, well, what's my blood oxygen right now? And it does that test for you. The Whoop does not let you access that information whenever you want to. Really, you only get that information as a quick digest during the day. It quickly became not as valuable to me, and I don't hardly even look at it anymore, and it's only been a couple of months. Another feature they added to the new Whoop 4.0 is a vibration alarm, so haptic feedback in general. So now what they can do is, if you want to set a specific alarm for the morning, it will wake you up with a nice gentle vibration, which hopefully helps to wake you up without that loud blaring iPhone alarm. I was really excited about this as well because I don't like using my phone alarm. It's kind of annoying, and especially I have to put it all the way in the side of the room so that I can get up and go get it, so all this stuff. Anyway, point being, I started using this haptic feedback alarm, and the result was pretty mixed because the options they give you are an exact time, in the green, or sleep goal. So essentially exact time is exactly what you think it might be. It just sets a time and it vibrates at that time. The other two I thought would have been a lot more valuable than they actually were, and maybe I just don't understand how they work, so if I'm missing something, definitely let me know in the comments below. But as I understand it, in the green will wake you up as soon as you're in the green for your recovery. It also allows you to set a time so that you don't go past a certain time if you have to wake up for work or something like that. However, in practice, I'm not sure of a situation where I would want to wake myself up as soon as I hit the green, which I think is 70% recovered, if I could still potentially sleep for longer. So if I have to wake up at 8 and I set my backup for 8 and I hit the green at 6:30 in the morning, I'm not sure that I necessarily would want to wake up with 70% recovery when I could potentially wake up with 85% recovered if I could simply sleep longer. So I don't see too much of a value in that element itself. And the other one that I don't see a lot of value in is the sleep goal option. So as soon as you hit your sleep goal, or a certain variant of your sleep goal, depending on you're trying to, recover, peak, perform. So essentially it says as soon as you hit that level, it wakes you up, whether you've gotten to your stop time or not. Again, I don't see why I would want to limit my sleep as soon as I hit a certain level, instead of allowing a user to get as much sleep as they can up to the time that they have to wake up. I know there are a lot of other technologies. One that I've really enjoyed is called Sleep Alarm, that will wake you up based on the cycle that you're in. So if you're in REM sleep, it's not going to wake you up, but it'll slowly start to give you these cues to pull you back into a much lighter sleep and then wake you up, and you wake up feeling much more refreshed. That's what I assumed that this practice was going to do. That's what this haptic feedback would do, but it is not that way. It simply uses the time in bed, and that's when it wakes you up. So I don't love those features and I don't use them. The times that I did, even the exact time options would sometimes alarm even if I'd already been awake for over an hour. So it's not actually checking to see whether you're awake or not. It's just buzzing at that specific time. So I don't feel like a whole lot of technical expertise went into this feature, but again, if I'm wrong about this or you're using it in a different way or a better way, please let me know and I will gladly print a retraction on those if I am proven wrong, but that's been my experience so far. So I don't want to make this video all that long, but I did want to mention a lot of the things that were disappointing to me with the Whoop 4.0. And if Whoop wants to reach out, I have notified you guys about the fact that this version itself, maybe it's just a bad egg in all of the Whoops that have gone out so far, but from a brief search on Reddit, it looks like there are quite a few battery packs and bands that have not met the quality standard that we've come to expect from Whoop. So feel free to reach out if you want to talk more about what happened there. But I wanted to make this video in order to share some of those thoughts that I had. So hopefully it's been helpful to you, and have a great rest of your day.